Hello everyone. I decided to send out a little speech for my birthday and also as New Year wishes. Now, for the one of you who cannot go beyond 15-second attention span, you're probably going to skip all this. I am not very used to make social content for myself, so yeah, I did not prepare anything about this. I'm just using English because I want to reach out to all the people I met during this incredible 2022. Um, and I'm probably going to put here some tags of all the people I'm going to mention and of the place where I am. Anyway, I did not really plan this. I just want to do this. So first things first, I am in one of my favorite places in the world, which is Sumonte. Um, it's a very little town, beautiful place nearby the place where my parents live, which is in Avellino. I've been growing in this area which is called Irpinia. I hope everyone in Italy and from foreign countries, when they visit Italy, they consider visiting this place, which has amazing nature, amazing food, and just just simple things. It's not very well connected. It's not smart cities or not even exploits its potential to 100%. Uh, People may have their flaws, bigots, but this is not a good reason just to leave it to itself. And this is actually the starting point of what I want to talk about. I have been running from things since I was a kid. I've been running from whatever I found not fitting, looking for something that I thought would have been somewhere else. At first, it was moving to a big city, and I found people alike. Then it was moving abroad, and I found some more open environment, multicultural environment. Exploring the world is important. It's something everyone should do, but you will never find anything um, anywhere if you're not ready to find it inside yourself. And this also regards to places where you live. If you if you run away from a little town because you think that you are better than the people around you, or because you think that something is limiting yourself, the thing that is limiting yourself the most is probably you. um, I'm not saying that living in a big city doesn't give you more opportunities. I find myself thinking about this a lot when I think of my sister. She's a very talented ballerina, and she has been growing up in a very small town, which is the same where I grew up as well. And she didn't have the right chances until she moved to a slightly bigger place and met the right teacher. But at that point, for the way this world works, she was kind of too old. So she's very talented, she achieved a lot, but she did not achieve as much as she could have. And myself, I remember this town was so small that when I grew up, I became very tall within one summer. And I wanted to give a try to basketball, and this town I lived in didn't even have a basketball team for my age, so I could not even grab that chance to see if I was good at sports, and I ended up being very very neglected and very uh, unfit for a long time. The point is, this is true. This is still true. It's not. It's an objective limit. I mean, it's a real limitation to possibilities. So limits are there. It is true that you have to find, and you must never stop looking for a solution. And sometimes that solution is beyond your reach because maybe you are too young to leave your family, and you cannot just move to another city because you don't have a basketball team. It is true, but the point is, you should not focus on that. This is what I've been learning during 2021, and this is what 2022. Why 2022 was the moment where I realized this even more. I left Italy. I left Italy thinking that I would have found something more, something better elsewhere, and now I'm back to Italy. I enjoy a lot of good things, but if I wanted, I could still focus on all the negatives. During the beginning of this year, we experienced the lockdown in Shanghai. I was very lucky to be already outside Shanghai, and I was super lucky to be able to spend 40 incredible days with the love of my life, which is Xiaoping, Eva. We have been together through this. We traveled the Yunnan, and I finally got on the plane to Italy, expecting her to be here with me within a couple of months. Meanwhile, 7 long months have passed, and she could not get inside Europe. Now, the old me would have been focusing on the bad thing. So maybe before, the bad thing was living in China and not being in Italy. Now the bad thing would be, oh, I'm in Italy, but I don't have my girlfriend with me. Maybe before, in China, I had an amazing time, which also contributed a lot to the change of my mindset, which is the Execute family. They have been a great boost in my way of looking at the world, and I finally started off taking care of myself because I wanted to be the best version of myself, not as a sort of masturbation kind of self-improvement, not to show off my guns at the beach, or because, oh, I see myself fat, I'm disgusting. No, because starting from loving yourself, you put time to dedicate to yourself, maybe by going to the gym or just taking the time to being healthy because you want to be the best version for yourself and be the best version of yourself for the people you love, for the people around you. One exercise they tried to instill in my routine was start every day thinking of the good thing you have, the nice things you do every day. So when I was in Shanghai, one of those good things was exactly going to the gym. Then the first thing coming to my mind was having a loving girl to my side, which is Xiaoping. And maybe I struggled to find a few other things. Sometimes on a sunny day, it was just being able to ride the bike and grab lunch with some friends. It's important because you usually underestimate these little things, but these little things actually make your day. So now if I was focusing on the bad things at the time, I would say, oh, I'm in China, I'm away from my family, I'm away from the good food and this amazing nature around me, which it's much, much harder to enjoy in China. Let's face it, you don't have this blue sky there. But at the time, I could focus on those good things. And now I'm here in Italy, I started a new job. Maybe I could focus, oh yeah, I don't really like maybe the people I help making money with my job. But I focus on the thing, oh yeah, I started a new job. I'm in an amazing place like Florence, when I work in an amazing building looking at the Arno River, and I'm a few steps away from Ponte Vecchio, a place people from all over the world come to visit. I can see it every day from the window of my office. How amazing is that? How lucky am I just to be alive in Italy? I'm in this amazing nature now. I'm a few hours away from my family. I can't stop listing the good things, and still it will be so much easier to focus on the bad things, on the fact that I have been away from my girlfriend for so long. You know what? I am happy. I know that I will be reunited with her. We are going to have an amazing life together, and nothing of this would have been possible probably if I didn't change my mindset. I would have lost her if I didn't change my mindset, because I was so negative at the beginning of our relationships, always focusing on bad things, always expecting for bad things to happen. She was a few times very close to leaving me. Once she just dumped me, and I had to work hard on myself, thanks to her, to improve my mindset. And now I am close to have it all. And still it will be easy to think, oh, I don't have it all, I don't have enough money, I don't know, I don't own a car, I don't own an apartment, and I have friends who make more money than I do. I wasted a lot of time in a useless university and whatever. It's always much easier to focus on the bad, because it strikes you hard. It's like when you cheer for a team, sometimes you will just remember much more the games you lost, because they hit you hard, and instead when the team wins, you enjoy the moment and then you forget about it. Why don't we try to take the hit from bad moments? Allow yourself to be sad, allow yourself to be angry. We have to experience all of it. It's part of being alive. But then move on. As much as you move on from the good things, you don't want to just enjoy. That's also wrong. If you don't work hard, you don't get anything out of it. And working hard is not easy. If it was easy, everyone would be the best. Then there would be no difference between the best and the second and the third. It's just that if you are not the first, just keep working hard to being the first, if it's important for you. But in the meantime, enjoy being the second or the third or the last one, because there's definitely something you can be able to enjoy. And if you don't find it, it's probably because you're not looking the right way. There is always something. I'm not saying everything is good. Well, this world is shit. You look at this. It's December. We're not supposed to have this kind of weather and sun. So, am I saying that, okay, just enjoy the good weather and forget about climate change? No, that's not what I'm saying. What are we able to do about that? Just think about it. Are we in the right mindset to put the work needed to change something, I will be very straightforward. I kind of surrender. I think we didn't do enough in the time we were given, and now we're screwed. We're just screwed. I don't expect myself to be able to grab a beer on the beach in August when I'm 50. So I am not able to hope for people who decide to have children. I actually kind of envy the ability of thinking of having children at this time in history. But this doesn't mean that I expect to die every day or just think about dying every day, or I stop recycling, or I stop behaving as a decent human being because, okay, humanity is screwed. I don't have an answer to that. I try to enjoy nature and what it gives us, and be respectful of all animals, plants, people, society. Especially, we should think much more about society and the fact that we live together in a community, which is through the basically first thing, not from respecting each other and allowing everyone to have the same chances. So we should kind of hate the rich, not for being rich, but for exploiting the system, and looking for a more fair set of rules. But this is probably so much bigger, and this is not about what I experienced in the last year. So I'm 36. I turned 36 today. That's the point. A point I didn't expect to reach. The thing is that I expect to be dead by 35, but this was when I was experiencing a lot of weird stuff during my early 20s. I kind of neglected that young kid. Now I wear a tie and I dress up like a penguin every day to make a salary. It's just a job. I enjoy my life in every other way, including the time I'm dressed up like a penguin. And in a couple of months, I will probably be at another point I did not expect to be 1 year ago, which is getting married with a girl who loves me. She's crazy. How can you love for the rest of your life someone like me? I mean, I know I'm Italian, but still. Well, so things take an unexpected turn every year, kind of. So, no idea what is going to happen on the December 31st, 2023. Maybe I'm not going to be there, maybe I will. Maybe nothing happens, maybe everything happens. I don't know. Enjoy your New Year's Eve, guys.